Nigerians have called for a permanent sit-in rally in front of the French military base in Niamey in Niger. Hello, I am Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest on related to the coup in Niger. Now, let's break it down what's happening at this hour in Niamey, in Niger, okay? It's always good to go back and to explain what happened after the back and forth which started with the military takeover of the government in Niger between the France and the military government in Niger. Things have escalated to different levels with each side using that seems or that appears to be a calculated steps. First, an ultimatum which was issued for the French ambassador to leave has expired, and with the arrogance of French diplomacy, it has refused to leave the country, and it has even encouraged its ambassador to stay in Niamey, saying that this is the right decision. President Macron has said this in his speech of foreign policy. And following that, the EU also has backed up the French president's support for the ambassador. And also they have applauded the ambassador for refusing to leave the country. Okay, now on one side, France seems to want to bait the military into their embassy, meaning the military administration in Niger, so that they can come in or use ECOWAS as a proxy war, then a bait, but this bait has been refused by the Niger government. The Niger government seems to know what is really ahead against this refusal of the French ambassador, and the Niger military administration has refused. It has not done so far. Okay. Now the military government has taken further steps. As you can recall of, they have cut off utilities like water, electricity, to make the situation unbearable for the ambassador and for those all delegates or missionaries who are in the embassy, including, of course, the ambassador. And it also has revoked all diplomatic immunity to the ambassador and to his family. So he has revoked that immunity status in order to be able to take him out of the country, and also reduced the security which always host countries provide security to embassies, to guest embassies in their country, and they have reduced that security at the French embassy. Now, as a means of adding more pressure to the police, yesterday this morning we have brought you that news. The police were ordered to look for him, and meaning to search for the ambassador to take him out of Niger. We have seen videos searching vehicles that are coming out of the embassy and going in the embassy in searching for the ambassador. Not every car which comes and goes into the embassy, so that if they find him, then to expel him. But so far he's hiding somewhere and he's nowhere to be found. Now, in an interesting turn of events, the general population or the civil society, the coalition of civil society, has joined in. This seems to me a strategic plan. So what they did is they have voted to sit in at the embassy, in front of the embassy, until the French ambassador leaves. And also this was yesterday, and then another rally was called a permanent sit-in rally, they call it, to camp there. People are even camping there, not to leave until the French ambassador leaves, until they are now even demanding the French military. There are about 1,500 troops in Niger. So they are demanding for the French to leave as a whole, whether it's the diplomatic unit or the military. Okay, now let's see, let me share with you this video from Al Jazeera and hear what the people have to say about this rally. Now listen to this.
A charged atmosphere in front of a military base in Niamey. Wow.
I'm going to repeat it because the sound...
Charged atmosphere in front of a military base in Niamey, where hundreds of French forces are camped. Niger security forces barricade the entrance, denying access to thousands of coup supporters. Without access, the demonstrators start praying. Seydou Shekaro came here prepared for a long wait.
Mali has expelled the French. They left. Same in Burkina Faso. Why won't they leave Niger alone? I and fellow demonstrators will remain here until they leave.
Exactly why they refused to leave Niger. They have done it in Mali, they have done it to Burkina Faso when they expelled them. Even history tells us actually this happened also in other parts of the world. What the Nigerians are demanding is not something new. Okay, let's cite a bit of history to this. Okay, then it makes always our understanding better. History is really good. Now, for example, now if we examine history of countries and expulsions of diplomats, it's possible to be done since, for example, the United States, China, and Honduras. And even France itself has done it. History tells us this. Now let's look at them one by one. Okay, the U.S. government. This happened in 2020 during the Donald Trump time. The U.S. government gave China 72 hours to vacate their consulate based in Houston, Texas, in July 2020. This is under the pretext of national security and protecting their intellectual property, which is not different from what Niger is saying. And they did come out of the country. And we are not just talking out of nowhere. Let me just share with you an article that was issued at this time, exactly telling you what I told you now. Okay, just allow me to share with you this. We will see that article. Look at this article. Okay, I hope you'll be able to see it, right? Look, this is US gives China 72 hours to shut Houston consulate. Trump says other closures always possible. Trump being Trump. Okay. Now, another example is where China also retaliate to this action. Let me share another article with you. Okay, allow me. It's always good to cite history. Look, another one. China closes. These are now the biggest powerful countries in the world. China closes U.S. consulate in retaliation as a diplomatic war with U.S. Okay, so this is in response to the U.S. expulsion in Houston, in which China retaliated by ordering the U.S. to close its consulate that was specifically in Chengdu. And they did and vacated the place. So if it is not arrogance or disrespect to Africans, then I think the French have to immediately leave Niger. Okay. Another example is the case of Honduras and Taiwan. Okay. Allow me again to bring this historical site to you, I will share an article with you, okay, another one, so that we know this is not something new. It's good to be backed by history. Okay, this is the pack up and leave Honduras situation where now, this is in March. This is a very recent one in history. Okay, in March 2023, Honduras has cut its ties with Taiwan and ordered them to close the embassy when a new government came to power. Okay, now Honduras had been one of the few 9 countries in the world which recognizes Taiwan as an independent state. Now, so after this happened, Honduras has opened its embassy again in China just 1 month before, or a couple of months before, in June 11, actually, to be exact, 2023, this year. Okay, now a very close to heart example, which seems like another historical deja vu for France, is that what happened to them in Vietnam. Okay, where many of you have mentioned this when we were, informing you and briefing you the latest regarding Niger. So let's dig a bit of history. What happened to France in Vietnam during the first Indochina War, after the division of Vietnam following the 1954 Geneva Conference. There was a building where the French ambassador or the French mission lives that became the property of the embassy to in South Vietnam, okay, to South Vietnam. Relations between the countries were rocky due to French recognition of the North Vietnam. Now, and other allegations, of course, of supporting the communist forces as part of a policy of reconciliation, leading to a series of student protests at the embassy in 1963. So as the relation worsened, what happened is another protest occurred again in 1964, which involved students rallying demonstrations, which destroyed the furniture and equipments of the buildings. So eventually, what happened is Vietnam it worsened, and then they expelled the embassy. So their relation is again restored back in 1973. So what we are saying is it's not something new what's happening in Niger. As a matter of fact, now let's hear. I'm going to share with you again what it's really important, because it's always, it seems politicians, this said, the French government said this, the military administration of Niger says that. But what matters is, as I have been saying really, and we have been saying also here, myself, Kwame, Lambert, anyone who is analyzing what's happening in the continent for you here at Connect Africa, we have said, first and foremost, we have to listen to the people of Niger. That is the most important thing, whether it's ECOWAS, the African Union, whoever, even us as Pan-Africanists, we need to support what the people need. That is the most important thing. Now let's hear what these people on the street, now as we speak, the rally started from yesterday, and again another, it's organized by a coalition of civil society organizations. Another coalition again this morning joined. It started Friday, now this is Saturday. People are even coming with a tent saying that they are not gonna leave. This is a permanent sit-in rally. They're gonna stick there. Let's share, and I want you to hear what they say and listen to what the people in Niger have to say, okay? Listen to this.
The gathering is part of plans by supporters of the junta to pile up pressure on French troops to leave.
Niger's military leaders say they won't renew military and defense agreement with France. One of them expires on September the 2nd, and demonstrators who support the coup have started a sit-in in front of this military base here in Niamey, where an estimated 1,500 French troops are believed to be waiting until they leave.
The crowd here is particularly piqued with French President Emmanuel Macron.
How can he say without France there will be no Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger? Well, we don't need France to survive, but France is desperate for our resources. The only problem we have with the French is their selfish, arrogant leadership.
A position that resonates with many gathered here.
We want that they leave immediately, now, immediately. If they don't leave, we will stay today, we will stay tomorrow, and every day.
But France says the junta in Niger has no authority to revoke the agreements reached, nor do they have the power to expel the French ambassador and troops from the country. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Niamey.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel.
Well, I did a bit of ad for Al Jazeera, but yeah, you have listened. The most important thing is you have listened what the people have to say, and that is where we need to align ourselves, regardless of what the military administration in Niger says, regardless of what ECOWAS says, regardless of what the African Union says, regardless of any other person come and tell you. Listen to the people. Listen to the people. That's where our alignment should be. We support the military administration in Niger because it aligned with what the people of Niger are saying. You have just heard it. So, yeah, in conclusion, really, what I would like to say is, as you have seen with a bit of historical citing, and you have listened to what the people of Niger have said. So the situation in Niger, if to sum it up, the situation in Niger is not different. The fact that the civil society has joined in makes this just a matter of time for the French to leave Niger, since they are not wanted there anymore. As simple as that. It's not complicated. But what's going to happen in the future is time only will tell, and we will keep an eye on the situation, and we will bring you the latest as possible, as as fast as possible. Before the thing is, before the mainstream media come and feed you their propaganda, we want to own our narrative. We want to bring you what are the people in the ground Nigerians are saying, and also we analyze it for you from the Pan-African perspective. That's what we need. It's not only a matter of Niger. We give it a Pan-African perspective, an African perspective, because this is a continental matter. It's a global African or Black people matter for that. But yeah, it's an African issue globally. Wherever we are sitting, we have the situation in Haiti. So it's all connected. It's all connected. We need to see it in that way. What happens in Niger is going to affect us, each and every one of us. And those of us who are saying we are Pan-African, we need to leave it. We all can throw our 2 cents, and that can start at least by, trying to get the right information, not to be swamped by the mainstream media, the Western mainstream media, to have that African perspective, to have that Pan-African understanding of the matter is important. And then to be able to share with others that you think it concerns them. Knowledge, information is that the most important thing. We need to empower to each other. That's why we always say, you may support our channel. It helps us to be here more often than what we do right now. Definitely it will help us, but even more you can support us by after this stream is over, even while as you are tuning, share the information, and yeah, let's all gather and give our support to the people of Niger and other parts who are suffering in the same way from continued neo-colonization. Let's leave it. Let's be a change that we want. It all starts from us. And that would be by decolonizing our mind, by getting the right knowledge, by having that Pan-African perspective. And then the rest is easier. So that was it for me. I am Mahlet Ayele, so your host at Connect Africa. And but I cannot leave you without really saying hello to our family here. Thank you very much. It's a good turnout. We like it when you are engaged in. I can see all your engagements. Please, let me just, if there's any question, I want to skim through it. But if not, I can really, I want to give a shout out. Africa Reimagined, that's Kwame Gonza, our brother here, our analyst, almost every day, bringing you the Pan-African perspective. Go and visit his channel, that's called Africa Reimagined. Luce Burnett says, France, get out. Hello, okay, welcome everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe, okay? It's good that to have you here, but do not forget to subscribe, to hit that notification bell so you get whenever we have another live streaming scheduled in or another video is uploaded. So shout out to Dexter Wilson, Mikey Simba. Hi, Mikey. Danane, how are you? Shukri Daud, okay, he says, like-minded Pan-Africanists leaning African countries should expel French ambassador pro-NATO. Support from Caribbean, Dexter Wilson. All right, thank you. Hello. Osie Ekwam. It has been a while. Hello, Osie. We missed you. So was Ring Modu. So wait, France Mafia. Okay. Osie Ekwam, will Black nations boycott the 2024 Paris Olympics? Well, let's see. They would have done it. So let's, in each way. We have been doing a campaign, do not buy French. So for those of you who can, of course, who have option, Western corruption of the meaning of democracy, Africa must redefine for the continent. True. Atentuka, Niger is a sovereign African nation and does not belong to France, the EU, or the US. It is the people of Niger who decide what laws are to be enforced in their sovereign African nation. Tinubu and Ruto are both cut from the same cloth. Burn the clothes. 2 cents for our own currency, Mahlet. Please, our own currency. All right, then. I think that was it. Hello, Sunny, Jazz Smith, James Brown, 86 Lawai. All right, Tesfu Johannes, hello. Hello everyone. Really, thank you. Thank you very much. It means a lot for us when you tune in, and even more when you go and share this video. Do not keep the information, the knowledge to yourself. Please go out and share. Let the words fly. But of course, that is if you like it and if you're satisfied with our analysis. And then give it a like, okay? Until the next one, for now, it's a bye-bye from me. But before, I just want to bring this, don't forget the French military spokesperson, I think I've said it in the morning, Colonel Pierre Godillere, said on Thursday, he warned that the French military forces are ready to respond. He's referring to those 1,500 troops in Niamey in Niger. He said, so those military forces are ready to respond to any upturn in tension that could harm French diplomatic and military premises in Niger. And he adds also, measures have been taken to protect these premises. Well, we really hope that the military administration in Niger do its calculated move, that not to enter. This is really a provocation from France. It's a very, very sticky situation. So they need to do their thing. They should play the game of France itself. That's the only way to win it. So we really hope for the best. And we will follow the situation and bring you the latest related to Niger and what's happening in the continent. So until then, bye bye and thank you.